everyone. Welcome on into Drinks with Binks. I'm Julie Stewart-Binks, and I'm so happy today for many reasons because we get to drink alcohol. Okay, I'm an equal opportunity employer. I'm fine if people want coffee or water or just lame stuff like that. But you know what? Today we get the real stuff because we have got the real guy. He is a friend of the show, a friend of mine, and you know him from the NFL, 11 seasons with the New York Jets, 7-time Pro Bowler. We've got Nick Mangold here, who's also a man of many talents. You are a barbecue connoisseur, you're a dad, and you're a broadcaster. You're just juggling everything right now. Thank you for being here.
So thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I know.
When do I get to take a sip?
We're going to, very shortly.
Okay,
don't worry. I know you've been eyeing that for quite a while.
There.
Because you were on our second show ever of Call It a Night, which is still a show. Don't worry, folks. It's somewhere right now, but it will be back soon. And you were like, is this the drinking show? I remember. And I was like, no, it's not the drinking show. But remember what we did? We drank anyway.
We did.
We had bourbon.
Yeah, because it was awesome.
Because why not?
Because why not? And I think it was like 10 in the morning, too.
It was, yeah.
Which is even better.
And luckily, it's not 10 in the morning right now. We are shooting this on a Tuesday, so it's a little bit earlier than all of our many friends watching on Friday night, a.k.a. hi, Mom, and me, because I'm trying to support my show. Anyways, I digress. What do we have here that we're drinking today, Nick?
I believe in honor of the season, this being the Irish season of St. Patrick's Day, we're going with Jameson.
Perfect.
That is
the drink of the St. Patrick. All right. So, we're gonna.
Can we do it? We'll just do air.
We're also in the middle of a global pandemic. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen once this airs. So
we might not be here.
So we'll have fun right now.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
Mm-hmm. It's the Irish whiskey. It's so smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a double Jameson. Neat. I've been drinking for a long time, evidenced by the fact I have a drinking show. I always still get a little kick out of it.
You get a little kick out of it?
I get a little the shakes. It's great. I'm excited. So we're doing this.
Is it a problem that I don't? Is there something wrong?
I don't know. I think maybe I'm the one with PTSD over drinking because of my college years.
If we had, let's see here, one of those clear tequilas.
Yeah,
that would give me the shudders.
I think everyone. It's like if you've lived a life, you can't deal with the clear tequila.
Oh, 99 apples. You ever have that?
No, what's that?
That was the absolute worst stuff. We had it in college. It was flavored, I think it was vodka, but it was apple flavored and it was like crappy, like Jolly Rancher flavoring. And it was...
Oh, it was very sweet?
Oh, it was terrible.
Did you ever have peach schnapps, McGillicuddy's?
No, not really.
I was speaking from my athletic experience, when we were rookied on the track team in university, they did tape the peach schnapps to our hands,
At
right?
University.
Yeah, in university.
That's so Canadian.
I just forgot. It's in America now, Julie.
In America, it's Coolidge.
Yeah, and you had to drink them off your hands, like they're taped your hands.
Like Edward 40 hands?
Yeah. Just like, Edward 40 hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's allowed to be discussed anymore in society, but...
You can't?
I'm sure you can. I think that's... Yeah.
We're actually talking, me and a couple buddies are talking about trying Edward 40 hands again, just because. I don't think I could do it.
I think, no, you'd probably be able to metabolize it better now. You'd probably be fine.
Yeah, I think, but just the sheer volume. I would have to go to the bathroom. And then you're taped up.
Then it's a real mess. Speaking of interesting drinking ideas, someone gave me the idea to mix White Claw, White Claw Black Cherry, the seltzer, with a cherry flavored vodka. Someone DM me that. That's next level degenerate. And I appreciate that insight.
Did you try it?
No, but I think I might. I think I got it now.
Black cherry on black cherry, though?
Yeah,
the double whammy?
That's a lot to drink. But this is nice. This is smooth.
I'll stick with it.
And what are we going to toast to today, Nick? Like, what's something you're particularly excited about?
About St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
I'm not Irish, but my wife is, so.
It really doesn't matter if you're Irish on St. Patty's Day.
Therefore, my kids are.
Oh.
So I'm like kind of pseudo connected, right? So we'll go with that to start.
Yeah, we'll celebrate St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day, cheers.
And if you're watching the show right now, because we're also available on podcast format, you'll notice we have some chicken fingers and barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
Tell me about this BBQ sauce you got.
So this is my baby. I've been making barbecue sauce for the past like 4 years or so, just tinkering at home. And about a year ago, got the great idea that, you know what, I should bottle this up and serve it to people. But at the same time, everyone, if you were to make something and you were to give it to me, no matter how it was, I would tell you it was good. Like, I'm just gonna be
I
nice.
would expect that as a friend.
I'm not going to be like, oh God, don't serve that again.
I need positive reinforcement
Everyone
versus
needs
any
that.
kind of real feedback.
So I was a little concerned. I was like, I make the sauce, I like it, and everyone who tries it says they like it, but they're saying it right in front of my face. So we did a little bit of taste testing where I wasn't around, and it got good feedback. So we're like, all right, let's bottle this up. And so that blew up from there. Became Mangold 74 barbecue. I'm trying to, right now I only have 2 sauces that are available, the OG and the spicy OG.
Okay.
But I'm hoping for 4 because I have 4 kids, and so each one is named after one of the kids.
That's awesome. That's
so
a great
OG,
present to give as a legacy to your children.
Right, which, hopefully it is, or if it,
I'd love if my dad named me after a barbecue sauce.
I mean, it's the OG for my original son, which is what we're trying today, which is sweet with a little heat.
Ooh.
Then we have the spicy one, which is my second son, because he's a firecracker, like just a wild child. Hopefully, down the road, we'll have a sweet barbecue for my first daughter, and then a fall sauce for my second daughter, because she's our fall baby.
Okay.
Fall y'all.
You don't really know what you're going to get with fall y'all yet, right?
It's going to be, it's always difficult because it's going to be a vinegar-based sauce, but that sounds terrible. Like, oh, one of your daughters is vinegar sauce, but we're going to use apple cider, so that's where the fall comes in, because her birthday's
nice
September 23rd.
Yeah,
we actually have one in each season, one kid in each season.
That's odd, isn't it?
Not really sure how we pulled that off.
That's great, though, because then all their birthday parties can be very different.
They're all very different, but they're all kind of the same. You play, you eat pizza, and then cake.
Yeah.
Although I'm trying to change the world. We need to feed the kids the cake first. Load them up with cake,
and then
send them to like the activity part where they run around and burn off all the sugar, and then feed them the pizza, send them home.
Right, we're doing it all wrong because they're getting high on goofballs and sugar at the end of the birthday party.
Yeah, and then we're just giving them back to the parents, and no parent wants that.
They're just crazy town. Okay, I want to try. I'm definitely going to try this.
Here, I'm going to dive in with you. This is only the finest chicken fingers
finest chicken fingers
here.
On. Thank you, Danielle.
Air cheers.
Air cheers.
On that. I've been told it goes great with Jameson. This is my first time trying.
Took a big bite for TV. Took a nice juicy bite for TV, so you can guys just watch me eat this right now.
I actually have a funny story.
This is really nice.
Oh, thank you.
I really like this.
It's got a little heat in the back, but it's sweet to begin with.
Sweet. I like the sweet. Mm-hmm. I'm a big sweet and sour girl. I love that, and I like that with this.
And this is a sweet and heat, which is kind of nice,
You know what? This is friends supporting friends right now. We're drinking on my show. We're eating barbecue from what you're doing. And the two pair very nicely together. So
really
congratulations. That's right up your alley,
Thank you.
you know?
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. It's been interesting learning the whole process. Bottle design, label design, logo design. It's an like UPC codes, nutritional analysis.
Yeah.
So it's been a fun learning thing.
You didn't learn that at Ohio State, right?
No, I didn't learn much.
Yeah.
No, I kid. I learned
You learned
plenty.
about football.
I learned about foosball, all right. No, but it's been fun, and to have something that I enjoy, that I get to do and have a little bit of passion behind it. And the other great part is we're connected with a charity called Answer the Call, which benefits families of fallen first responders here in the city.
Oh, that's good.
And so a little bit of each bottle goes to them. So we have that little connection there. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been neat, just going through the process.
Yeah, well, I will commend you. You are an incredible entrepreneur with a number of different products that you've gotten involved with since you've retired, different avenues. I know a lot of athletes try to figure out what life's going to be like post playing in football. And we're going to go to break right now. We'll be back with more on Drinks With Binks. Hey, welcome on back to Drinks with Binks. We have got Nick Mangold from the New York Jets. You know him well. He played 11 seasons there, and he has now transitioned off the field to a number of different avenues, including this barbecue sauce we were just taste testing. It's very nice, sweet, but with like a tangy bite at the end, which is very good with this Jameson that we have. And Nick, we're just curious, like when you were what goes into creating this taste that I have? Like, were you like, oh no, this is good, this is bad? What did you do?
It was a long process, and it was kind of evolving over time. You know, I looked up recipes online, see how people were doing barbecue sauce. And so I kind of picked little pieces from different sauces that I saw that I was like, oh, you know what, I bet that would be interesting. And it was a lot of trial and error, a lot of use of the blender.
You were like, nope, not this one.
Yeah, no, not this one. I tried, at one point, I tried to add a beer to it. That did not go well. So there's.
That's too bad because that sounds like it'd be good.
It didn't. I don't recommend it doing it because like I always heard like bourbon barbecue sauce you've heard and everything. And so I was like, what if we did a lager? And it wasn't good. So it was a lot of trial and error and kind of perfecting it. And now kind of have it down to a science. And, it's pretty neat for me personally because, after doing it for so many times and whenever I'd want barbecue sauce, I'd have to make it. And it's a long process. It's a very involved process. There's actually 3 different cooking steps that go into it. And so now... selfishly, I can just go grab a jar and I don't have to do anything.
I mean, not selfish. You put the work in.
Yeah.
Man, you did the codes that you just saying.
Yeah, I did all
learned everything.
I did all the work.
Yeah. So you are a big foodie. You're a cook. You have the green egg. That was when I first met you. We talked about that for a while. The barbecue thing, if you don't know, and
the barbecue
whatever the thing is. Okay, so what's some of your?
That is a lie. That is not the first time we met, but.
No, that on my former employer morning show. Yeah. But
that's fine.
I digress.
Just like you snubbed me at Super Bowl too.
We did see you there too, because you're all over the place,
yeah. and I didn't get a text back.
Well,
like you were busy or something.
You know what? Is because we were whipped. Like Mike Ganji, I don't want to say this to everyone, but our executive producer was like beating us to do like 1 million interviews. So that's just what happened.
It's fine. No, I get it. It's Super Bowl week. We all get
that's
it.
That's what happened.
It's fine.
But Nick, you are so good at cooking and interested in food. What's your favorite dish to make, like for your kids or your family?
That's difficult because I don't know if I've told you, but I do probably 95% of the cooking at our house, and so that includes the nightly family meals, which can be anything from Mexican to Chinese to Italian to everything.
Yeah.
So the thing that I enjoy the most to do is either a full pork butt or a full brisket. Smoke it. It's such a process. It's such a you have to start the night before. You have to the injections, the rub, trimming it, getting it on, letting it go. The way that you slice it or pull it, and so it's a process, but it's a lot of fun because it's very involved.
Get you kind of stressed out? That's like another project you have to do. I'm like, oh, now I gotta inject the brisket tonight, and like on your to-do list. That's why I just order in food all the time. I don't make anything.
But it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Like I enjoy it. So it's not like one of those, I gotta go inject the brisket again. It's more like, ooh, you know what I get to do? The kids are in bed.
Perspective, yes.
Yeah. So it's I enjoy it, and so that's the fun side of it.
Do your kids, have you kind of taught them how to cook yet or anything like that?
Yeah, my little guy, I mean, he's not little anymore, he's 9. He likes cooking in the kitchen. He's got his own, we've got this, my wife found this company that sends the kids a like cooking box every month, and it doesn't give them any of the food, it just gives them the recipe and like one of the cooking utensils. So he's got to go to the store, they get a shopping list, he goes through it, then he makes dinner. And we've gotten some
amazing.
Yeah, we've gotten some good meals out of it, and he does a fantastic job. He's messy as all get out, but
and your wife created
he's also
this?
9. No, she just found it.
That's amazing.
Found it online.
I need that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's real bad these
my
days.
daughter's starting to get into it now. She's 5, and my our other son, he's 3. He likes to be around. He doesn't.
He's observing. He's
observing.
He's seeing the lay of the land of how to cook.
Seeing how things are going.
If a 3-year-old's cooking and I'm 32 years old, I send myself to rehab, I guess, at this point. Well, that could go many
you're in
different
the city,
ways.
though, right? That's tough.
Yeah, I know.
That's tough to
and
do.
I gotta ask you, I mean, like, so speaking of cooking, I mean, I'm now thinking about it a whole lot more because probably going to be boarded up for a while. What would you suggest as like things that people could make while they're cooking in the quarantine?
Quarantine foods.
Yeah.
This is not a depressing subject at all.
Let's track back to 1918.
No, I think stuff that you can roll over. So, you could take a pork butt and cook it in the oven. And so that way you could do a pulled pork. You could roll that over to pork tacos, and then roll that into something else. Things that you can use a handful of times over.
So you did that on like a Sunday, and then you could have like all that for the rest of the week type of thing?
Yeah, you can kind of just elongate it. And then spaghetti and meatballs. It's such a classic.
That's what I'm...
Right?
Well, Chef Boyardee is where I think I'm putting my talents.
The little circles? Just right out of the can?
Zoodles, I think I'm going to be having...
Tomato soup? Campbell's has a great tomato soup.
I'm not sure, we're probably going to get scurvy, though, at this point. Because I was like, do I buy, like, canned peaches?
I don't know if you should.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, you could, I guess.
I mean, really not sure what we're dealing with these days.
Yeah. I'm just going to I figure the alcohol will kill off anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually buying a ton of booze because that's more so what I'm going to be dealing with. I plan on doing this also from my house, as I do all the time, drinking.
Yeah, right on. Like, we stocked up. I got a lot of vodka in the freezer.
Okay.
Just at the ready.
Just in case. You never know.
You never know when you're not going to be able to leave the house. And
yeah, I know.
If you can't have the martini, you'd be out. What's the point? At that point, what's the point?
What's the point? Might as well get blind drunk every single day, which is what we're well on our way to doing on Drinks with Binks at this moment. In terms of this, we did a tailgating food thing once, and I'd be curious, what's your most underrated tailgate food and overrated tailgate food?
Ooh, okay. Underrated tailgate food. That one was one I did I do a tailgate judging show for the Jets. And so I've been able to see, a lot of tailgates and everything. And something that came out that was amazing, pizza. The guy had a portable pizza oven. And so he was making pizzas as his tailgate instead of doing like steaks and burgers and dogs
it's like
and
a
everything.
Wood oven they just brought in
It was a propane oven, but it was gas fired oven.
Okay.
He was just sliding it in there, cooked it in like about a minute. It was amazing.
And then overrated.
Overrated.
Should say no. We should get over this.
I really don't think there's an overrated. I mean, really, what are we gonna say? Like a hot dog, maybe might be your overrated, but everyone loves a hot dog.
You're right.
Has anyone ever been like, oh, you know what? No, I'm good. I've had too many hot dogs.
You always say yes to a hot dog.
Like hamburger's always going to be delicious.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger's always going to be delicious. And,
it's probably just like Costco version Tostitos that are just sort of like meh. No dip.
It might be the chips.
Yeah, maybe chips.
You know what? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you got a good dip,
But
right?
even then, if it's a warm dip, it's going to stay warm for 2 minutes. And if it's a cold dip, you have to start wondering, like, ooh, has it been out too long?
Yeah, like what else is...
So you know what? We're going to put
chips. What's the problem with this?
Chips and dip.
Chips and dip.
Those are
See you
overrated.
later.
Get
you
out of
guys
here.
are done from the tailgate.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah, you know what's not a waste of time? Drinking. And we've got a whole lot more coming up next on Drinks with Binks. Hey guys, welcome back into Drinks with Binks. I'm JSB. We've got Nick Mangold. You remember him from the New York Jets. He spent 11 seasons there, 7-time Pro Bowler, and now has got the BBQ sauce, cooking, broadcasting, and we're drinking a little Jameson right now. And we've drank, I just realized, every time we've been together on TV, on broadcasting.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like it's a pattern.
Our relationship always has a drink involved with it, which is great. It's the first time I remember when I met you, you brought, it was Bloody Marys, I think we had.
Bloody Marys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bloody Marys. We had bourbon the last time.
Bourbon.
We made a very interesting old-fashioned at your house. when we did that
Oh
cooking
yeah,
thing.
the smoky old fashioned. That was good.
The smoky. So I want to kind of get into more of that. I mean, it's great to have a double Jameson, but it's so fascinating to see people make these drinks that are these concoctions.
I don't know. I go back and forth. Sometimes I like a little concoction, but then other times it's nice to have something simple.
It takes so long to make those other drinks.
There's a problem. My buddy has a bar in his house. Instead of having a formal living room, he
Just
put
get
a
rid
bar
of that.
in.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of the stuff that he comes up with. I was like, this is great and it tastes good, but you just spent the past 20 minutes making this. I was like, was it really that much
And then
fun?
it goes down pretty quickly, right? It's not like
It does, and
the brisket takes longer, but it lasts longer.
True, but maybe it's a passion.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the problem. I don't have the passion
People
for
take time.
I have the passion to pour it out and drink it.
Same.
That's it.
Good. And that's why we have this show here right now. And you know what you also had a passion for that you spent a lot of time doing was playing football.
The foosball.
Incredible segue, and I've already had half of this. And so the New York Jets, your family, you spent so long there with them. Now, not being there, or maybe even when you were there, like Curb Your Enthusiasm is a great television show. They had a funny episode last week. You may or may not have heard how the Jets killed Carl.
They killed Carl.
How do you feel about like when pop culture sort of and Big Daddy takes their digs at the Jets?
I feel at this point it's kind of warranted. You know, we've gone so long without getting the Super Bowl, but it's neat seeing it in pulp culture. Like even if it is a dig, you know, it's fun to have it pop back up. You know, with King of Queens.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
That was always every once in a while there'd be, you know, he'd have a Jets shirt on or something. And I remember watching Big Daddy and, you know, the goddamn Jets. And I saw that movie and I had no idea of, you know, anything in the New York world, and just I found it funny, and now I appreciate it a little bit more because it's like, you know, it's nice to be a little bit relevant.
Yeah, it's kind of like
even if it's bad.
Yeah,
right. There's no such thing as bad PR.
Right. No.
Allegedly.
I've been drinking tons of Coronas these days just because it's like in my mind.
It's in your mind.
But speaking of the Jets, and with just a little follow up on that, do you think did you feel people live and die with you guys? Like being, like, is that reality? Did you feel like, oh my gosh, this guy is like, he's so upset because of this or that? Like, I know we see it in Twitter and whatnot, but did you actually feel it?
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of fans that their whole week depended on what happened on Sunday, which is crazy. And I don't know if I'm just jaded after seeing the sausage being made of professional sports, but like I don't have, and I'm a little disappointed. I don't have that fandom for anything, and so it's I miss out on that a little bit. But there's plenty of people who are out there. You know, if it's a win, they're gonna have the best week of their life.
Right.
If it's a loss, it's gonna be the worst.
You kind of wish you had that in a way, like just that high being able.
I wish it's kind of like watching the kids and seeing them get excited about something. I was like, I'm never gonna be this excited about anything really. Like, you know,
barbecue sauce, right?
Right. Even the barbecue sauce, which I love and I'm very passionate about, but I'm not going to be jumping up and down on the floor, like screaming out loud that I love it. And, you know, whereas a kid, like, hey, we're getting ice cream. Yes!
Yeah,
this is the greatest day ever. You know,
the highs were higher, the lows were probably lower.
Yeah, I don't cry
find
about too
out
much anymore.
that the Easter Bunny's not real or something like that. It's like,
That's what?
oh my gosh, I didn't realize. I was breaking that news right now. But you never know. It could be
now
real.
I need to go talk to my mom because
Yeah.
there's some issues.
Oh, just tough here on this show. Jameson's working fine if anyone's wondering what's going on right now for me. But yeah, with the Jets, they ended off the season 6-2, which was great. But there was all these random things happening. The mono, I don't know, losing, like new coach, Le'Veon Bell. What do the Jets need to do?
So I'm both excited by the fact that, you know, they finished 6-2, you know, finished the season strong, and I thought that was a good way to do it. However, I get concerned that you know, they're going to sit back and be like, oh, listen, we finished strong, and you know, we don't need to work that hard. And you know, there's still a lot of holes to fill. I think they have a good plan in place. And, you know, I think a big key is Sam not getting mono this year. That might help a little bit. But it's going to be interesting to see how free agency shape up,
Right.
and to see how that leads into the draft. I think those two are going to be big markers of what they think of this team, and they're moving forward, their plan. So I'm waiting to see. I think the tampering period starts soon, so or legal tampering period, and then free agency will hit. And that'll give us a good tell. Like, is it a full rebuild, or is it a plug pieces here and there? We'll see.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of good pieces though. With the fact with Bell, defense was good last year. If who would you want to see with the Jets, say free agency?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't really been paying attention on who is a free agent. I hope for offensive linemen, just because I feel like we could always use them.
And your position's been a bit of a revolving door since you left.
Yeah, I think that it makes me feel better.
It's like no one can beat you.
Yeah, of course. That's a given.
That's what I would hope if this, if this I got replaced at like the next Drinks with Binks host would just be
quickly.
A week after a week.
All right, so it won't be Drinks with Nick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think offensive line, because I am one of them. I think you can never have too many guys competing, trying to make that room better. So it's where I'd like to see him go. When we'll see what they do. What
do you think about the whole? I know Adam Gase's first year. A little bit of criticism. I mean, some of the stuff was out of his control, but in his relationship with Le'Veon Bell, they have this like odd. He's not very non-committal to him, but then Le'Veon Bell will tweet some things. It's like, is there something weird there? Is that just us making it up?
I don't know. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. I'd see that. I almost touched my eye. You can't touch your eyes anymore. You never know what's going on behind closed doors, and I think I think Adam gets a raw deal because he hates doing press conferences and talking in front of people, and I think Le'Veon gets a raw deal because he puts stuff on Twitter, and nothing on Twitter is taken seriously, and so I think you have that combination. It never seems to go well, so it'll be interesting. They seem to be saying, when it comes down to like quote time, they seem to say the right things. Behind closed doors, you have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to see how he does this year because, obviously not playing in 2018, coming into a new team in 2019, maybe not having the ball in his hands as much as he would have hoped. One more question before we go to break is, what do you expect, would be Le'Veon Bell's ceiling this year?
Well, I think the sky's the limit. I think he had struggles because of the offensive line. I think is a big part. We obviously know that Le'Veon is a heck of a ball runner, but you still got to be able to give him a little bit of a hole. I thought I saw some stat. They started with 9 different starting combinations through the year. And out of 16 games, that's not good.
I know.
So between injuries, and guys getting hurt and stuff. So I think they need to figure it out this spring. And I think the second year of Gase's system might help out, as the learning process goes. So, as the offensive line goes, so does Le'Veon.
Right. And the last time you were on the show, we brought up Ryan Khalil and him coming out of retirement. And I asked you, what would it take for you to come out of retirement? And you said a whole lot of money. So, I didn't follow up. How much money? What's the number?
Oh, a lot. At least a handful of million. Probably 2 handfuls.
How many is one handful? How much does a handful hold?
There's 5 fingers on one, so at least 6.
Okay,
put it at 6 million.
6 million to come out of retirement.
Floor. Yeah.
And JB, you're saying 11 million is the highest paid center.
So I'll split the difference, make it 8.5, and call it a day.
Okay, 8.5 million. You'll come out of retirement.
Seems simple, right?
I think we keep brokering deals on the show. I'm pretty sure Joe Douglas will be like, "Thank you," and your wife will also be like, "Thank you."
It'd be great. Yeah. Who wouldn't want it? I don't think anyone's gonna do it.
All right, Jets, we just did it. Come, 8.5 million right here, and 10% of the fee for me being the agent.
Agents only get 3%.
Oh, 10. No, he said 3, but it's 10. All right, we'll be back with more on Drinks with Binks. Stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Thomas Sadowski, and I had Drinks with Binks.
Hey guys, welcome back to Drinks with Binks. We got Nick Mangold from the New York Jets, and we're drinking a little Jameson in honor of the upcoming St. Paddy's Day because everyone is Irish at this time of the year. And before we get on to some other topics, as a Jets player, do you hate the Giants?
I don't think I hate them. I don't particularly care for them.
Okay. Are they just
But I
sort of
don't
like
hate 'em.
another dog? If you were a dog, they're just like another dog there. You would just be like, whatever.
Yeah. Because, there's still plenty of crossover where, there's plenty of those New York folk that are out there. Like, oh, I'm a Giants fan, but, otherwise I'd root for the Jets. So you can't alienate everybody. But for the most part,
Yeah, you're just like, whatever.
yeah. Now the Patriots.
Yes, the
Don't
Patriots.
like them. Nope. No.
No. What would you describe your feelings toward the Patriots as? Like one word.
Disdain. Yeah. Don't like them.
Okay, so how do you feel about Tom Brady?
Tom Brady is a different animal. I'm impressed with the way that he's played the game, and you're watching probably the greatest quarterback to ever do it. Just sucks it happened while I was playing and in the same division.
Yeah, it's tough, right? You're like, I wish
Yeah.
I could protect that guy, I guess.
Like I wish he just played for San Fran 15 years ago.
Right. So now, obviously it's Brady watch. Everyone and every network is figuring out whatever move he likes on Instagram, whatever. What do you think happens? Do you think he stays in New England?
I think it's going to be interesting to see where the egos are. With Tom being like, I can win without Bill, and Bill saying I can win without Tom. And are they going to realize that maybe they shouldn't do that? Or are they going to, butt heads enough that he ends up somewhere else? I don't know. It's such a crazy, and he does such a great job of not saying anything. And so that leads everyone to be like, oh my God, did you see that Instagram post?
I know.
It was a blank page.
Yeah.
What does that mean? So it's going to be, it's going to be fun to watch. I hope he kind of blows it all up and just ends up retiring out of the blue. Like, no, never mind, I'm done. I think that would be funny.
Just mess with everyone completely. Like,
yeah.
I might go here, I might go there. Nope, see you guys.
Take a couple of visits to different places and then be like, never mind, I'm out.
It would be a nice, spite tour, right? Just let's just finish things off the way I want to.
And just lead everyone along and, and then maybe make a little money on the side, betting,
Yeah, could dip into just betting.
Just betting. Because, there's odds right now of what team is going to go to, and it blows my mind.
It's
8-1 to San Fran right now.
Wow.
I don't think I'd take it. I don't think you're going.
No. I think I'm still taking Patriots bet at this point. I think it would be odd to see him blow it up for 1 year somewhere else. But then again, you've already done everything you can with New England, right?
Right. And it's obviously not for the money.
I thought it is for the money now. Because he hasn't been getting paid this whole time. Well, relative to what he's worth.
But his wife makes, 3 times as much as he does.
Yeah.
So what's it matter?
More power.
Yeah. What's it matter? International Women's Day.
I know.
Yeah, there we go. So
that's what
she's making bank, and so he can play for
just like we do
he can play
here.
for a mere $15 million a year and be fine.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because he needs more pieces, as we've talked about, last year. It's one of the biggest issues, especially with the Patriots not being able to beat Mike Vrabel. But anyways, they're just everything's made a story, right?
Yes. It would be interesting. I would love to, if anyone can ever dive into the mind behind Tom or someone else that's going AB as he goes through some of his craziness, knowing that people are going to hang on every post. That feeling, that power when you're sitting there with your phone and you take a picture of Elmo and you're what's going to be said about this? Does that roll through people's minds?
That's a great question. I think they must know that they're gonna f with someone out there with that.
I don't know, right? It would just be, it would be mind blowing to think all right, I'm gonna make this one post, and then for the next 3 days, they're gonna cover it on SportsCenter, on whether or not it means that I'm leaving the Patriots.
And that's what was so great about Hulu's ad with him. I mean, brilliant idea from Hulu to partner with him on that, because then it blew up to be just the ad. You mentioned Antonio Brown, though. Do you think he ever plays in the NFL?
I don't know. He's burned a lot of bridges. I think if he goes and shows that he can still catch and run routes, he'll get another chance. But he's not getting back all that money that he left on the table.
Yeah.
Which stinks.
He'd also have to probably prove to a mental health care professional that he could do that.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea, too. Like just a quick psychiatric.
It's too bad. I mean, the guy definitely has some issues that he's got to figure out, but he is a phenomenal player that could have helped the Patriots. But as we've talked about, we don't really care if the Patriots have any help.
No, why do they need help?
We don't. We're an anti-Patriots show. Not like our head writer Dan, who is a big Patriots fan, and he's going to be fired for that. So
soon,
but soon,
time's coming.
Soon, Dan. Just going to give you a heads up on that one. So maybe start looking for like a new job, or a new team, right? So
either or, job or team.
Yeah, job or team. That's what it comes down to here on Fubo TV. We've got a whole lot more to come on Drinks with Binks, so stay tuned. Welcome on back. Drinks with Binks. I'm JSB. We've got Nick Mangold, former New York Jet, 7-time Pro Bowler, and we're drinking a little Jameson. And just to finish off some of our footy talk, we were curious, and not I realize that's very confusing, but the American football talk about the CBA that is going to be decided on by the current players, Saturday at midnight at this point. We know you can't vote in it as a retired player. What would you think about having another game and like 2 more teams in the playoffs if you were playing?
First off, I just want to correct you. In America, we just call it football. It's not American football. It's like Chinese food, and when you're in China, it's just food.
Yeah, it's not ice hockey. It's just hockey.
It's just
right?
hockey.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, but I'll let that one go. I'm not going to tell anybody. The big thing for me, 16 games to 17 games is a huge jump. I know it sounds very small. It's like, it's one more game. Come on. But with the way the schedule is now and the way, guys' bodies are beat up, you add another game in there. It just, I know there's a money side to it, and I know it's all TV and, ratings and getting more money. But you're going to have less guys being able to play. And so when you're on your third string, starting wide receiver, you're like, well, do we really want to watch that game? Like, is that something we want to watch? So I don't like it. I think it should be kept at 16 games just because it seems safer. And, there was a strong push, when the CTE stuff was coming out and head injuries and everything about player safety. And everyone just kind of like nodded their heads and let it go. And like, oh, yeah, we don't care about player safety anymore. Because if you did, you probably wouldn't add another game. Yeah,
it seems like it's going the opposite direction of what maybe we've talked about for a couple years now. Yeah. And for you, I guess for retired players, though, there's some benefits if you do accept this.
They're putting in some. I think we get a little bit more money in our healthcare account. But in the end, my big push has always been lifetime medical for, vested players. I think the NBA has it, up till 65, I think. And it's such a tough game. And, I think puts a lot of wear and tear on the body. It seems like it would make sense.
It seems like that'd be a given with
you would
what
think,
you're giving to teams and owners and the league.
Yeah, but we don't have it. So it's not a given.
It'd be really hard to.
So that's my stand. That's my stand on the porch and shake my cane.
Okay. Yes. Now you want to be able to be healthy for your children. You have 4 kids right now. Mm-hmm. I heard I saw you tweeted about the Lion King movie that slaps.
It slaps a little different these days.
Like, what does
with
that
the
mean?
kids. Oh, it's, it just hits a little harder. You watch Lion King, and I remember watching it growing up as a kid. But now, especially having sons, you see Simba with his dad laying there and everything. It tugs at the heartstrings. It was good. We had, I think we did pizza night and watched Lion King, and it was nice because, seeing the kids now, my kids watching it, knowing, I watched it as a kid, it's pretty cool.
It is kind of neat, like another generation. Now, what TV show or movie or like kid song have you been exposed to that you are like, I am all for that you never would have thought about before?
You name it. I think I'm all of them. It's Raining Tacos, the song. Have you heard this?
No.
Oh, it's amazing.
Is it kind of like It's Raining Men?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more techno-y.
Okay.
But it's a banger.
Okay.
It's Raining
a real
Tacos. Yeah.
hit.
So just when you get home later, ask Siri to play you Raining Tacos, and you'll be dancing around yelling, cheese, 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 cheese,
cheese, cheese, cheese. I'm already a fan of this. Okay, this is great. This is like new intel. It's like you've got scoops from kids.
I know.
The kids' world.
We were behind Baby Shark. We were behind that fad a little bit. I think our kids were a little younger for it.
Yeah.
But we jumped into that. Once the kids got a hold of it.
Yeah, they do not stop. And kids, once they get a hold of it,
they don't stop.
Make you pay.
We'll watch it over and over. Like once they get on one movie. I think it was a couple summers ago, Moana.
Oh yeah.
We watched that on loop.
It's tough, right?
It's like, kept going.
Are you okay?
But it was a good
You've already
movie.
Watched
so
it once, now
it was
2
funny.
times.
I mean, it's a good movie, so I didn't mind it too much.
Okay.
There's nothing too terrible that they get stuck on. They're like, I cannot watch another episode of that.
Yeah, it's fascinating watching on Instagram some people that were like, yeah, my kids watch Frozen like 400 times now. It's like, how? Like, I don't think I remember being that OCD.
No, but we didn't have it growing up. We didn't have it. So
we didn't have great content then. I guess
everything nothing was on demand.
Yeah, you're right.
It was
the movie has to go to sleep now.
Yeah,
so.
What do you want to watch? Like, we just finished the movie. Do you want to rewind it? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can wait the 3 minutes. I'll go do something else. Like now,
VHS.
it's that my 3-year-old will get up and he'll demand a very specific Mickey Mouse Clubhouse episode, and we have to search for it, and it's pain. I'm like, buddy, back in the day, you just turn the channel on, and that's what was on was all you got.
And now they can do it themselves. So I'm sure you'll wake up and they're already
they have it all
listening to
out.
Raining Tacos. Cheese, cheese, cheese.
Yep.
And on that note, we will be back with more drinks.
Drinks.
Hey guys, welcome on back to Drinks with Binks. We got Nick Mangold, formerly of the New York Jets, and got a great barbecue sauce and 4 children. That would be your dating profile if you weren't married, I guess. So we are going to I'm so excited having you on the show, but also because you're drinking on the show. And I've been itching for a guest to just get all deep down on the alcohol with me. And we're going to play a game called Truth or Shot. So the idea is I'm going to ask you a question. You can either tell me the truth about this, or you can opt to take a shot and not have to answer the question. Okay. And just to make it a little fair, feel free to throw a question at me if you want, because as I said, I'm an equal opportunity employer. If I'm making you go in the mud, I'm going to get in the mud too.
You're going to go in the mud too. Fair
all right. So first off, what team do you wish you played for?
Ooh, what team do I wish I played for? I mean, obviously the Jets.
It can't answer the Jets.
It can't answer the Jets. So if I had to pick another team, I'd probably go Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a pretty easy question, I guess.
It was a hometown team. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to try harder with that one.
Great. All right.
Your turn. If you could be on any other network than Fubo TV, what would it be?
I love how I can hear them being like, "Oh, I'd be on NBC, bitches." All right. Oh, I'm gonna take the shot anyway. Let's go. I'm gonna take the shot because I'm gonna be far for saying that anyways. Yeah, this is going really, really well. Okay, let's do most overrated NFL player.
JJ Watt.
How come?
I don't think he's been injured a lot. I think he's a heck of a player when he's on the field, but there's a lot of extracurricular stuff that I think is a little over the top. Right? He just seems too good. I think he's done amazing work for Houston, and especially with all the flooding and everything. I think that charity aspect was amazing, but I don't like his entrance into the game. It's too showy. It's too me.
What is it?
I don't know. He dances around, and it's very.
It's to you though, so it's.
No, not me. It's to him. Like it's to look
it's
at me.
Pro JJ Watt.
Yeah. I don't know. That's why.
Okay. Well, these shots are looking really sad right now. What do you got for me?
Other than myself, best guest you've ever interviewed.
I don't know. I mean, they've all been pretty shitty, to be honest.
Fair enough. Understandable.
It sounds like I'm taking a shot right now.
We gotta
wet the lips.
I know yours are a little bit lower than mine, but I won't. But no one said anything.
Okay. Have you ever played an NFL game hungover or drunk?
Hungover, yes. It was a preseason game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how did that feel?
It wasn't good.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
It
was slightly hungover. It wasn't full hangover. I hear about guys that played in the 90s, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we went out drinking Saturday night, got in at 4 a.m, and then we played it Sunday at 1." I was like, "How?
No.
How did you do it?"
At halftime, where you were like, "Okay, now I'm gonna eat."
Now I feel better. Let's go.
Okay, you go through the phases
sweat it out.
of the
You sweat it
hangover.
out a little bit.
You sweat it out. Okay.
Right?
Worst teammate you've ever had?
Worst teammate that I've ever had? Oh, I'll take a shot on that one.
Yes.
I'm not going down that road.
Yeah, there we go. That's how you know the answer is pretty good. Okay, I've really enjoyed this edition of Truth or Shot. We got to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more on Drinks with Binks. Hey everyone, we have had such a fun time on Drinks with Binks. Nick Mangold, you are the best guest. I know that it's I'm not just saying that, I'm just pandering to you.
I get it. I'm sitting right here.
But we're really drunk right now. Not really. I mean, maybe me, but no. Are you a little bit, maybe? No. Okay, but in seriousness, you got a barbecue sauce that people can buy?
74barbecue.com. Check it out. You can buy it online. We have the original, we have the spicy, and they're both amazing.
And building even more and more. So this has been awesome, and we still have a lot of time to chat. Just joking. I'm sorry, guys. I've been sober doing this show for 4 weeks, and then now we've gotten a lot of shots. And I really appreciate you coming in and doing the show, because this may be our last one ever. So you never know.
Perfect. We didn't get that deep in the weeds.
Air shot. Yeah, but you never know when this airs on Friday. But thank you guys for watching. And make sure you check out the full show again on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube as well. My Instagram, JS Julie. I don't know. I've had too many of these. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully.